The useState hook is one of the most commonly used hooks in React. It's perfect for simple cases, such as toggling visibility, because only one piece of information needs to be remembered. When this information changes, the component re-renders. In this practical coding example, we will use useState to show or hide additional information about a product. As we can see, the useState hook returns state and a function to update the state. We need to use a function because apart from updating the state, it also triggers a re-render. It always follows the same pattern. The first variable holds the data, and the second one updates this variable. This is why we usually name them something like value and setValue, for example state and setState. The only argument passed to the useState hook is the initial value of the state variable. This value can be of any data type, such as an object, array, string, or number. The next important thing to understand about the useState hook is how it works. When a user wants to reveal more information, the handler function is called. Inside this function, we use a setter function to update the state. We flip the current value of our state variable. If it was true, it becomes false, and if it was false, it becomes true. After that, setShowMore function triggers a re-render. And voila, the updated content appears on the screen. There are a few questions that may arise at this point. First, why not update the state directly? Why not just assign a new value like this? Do we really need to use a setter function? The answer? Yes, we do. Not only will React itself not allow us to do this, showMore is a read-only variable. Even if we force this change and update the state variable directly, it won't trigger a re-render, and the UI won't be updated. Another great question at this point is, why do we use a function inside the setter function? Can't we just assign a new value directly to the showMore variable? If we look at the UI, it works perfectly. The answer? It's not the best practice to update the state without using a function. So yes, you do need to use a function inside the setter. Reason? React updates state asynchronously. If multiple updates happen quickly, relying on the current value of a state, it might result in outdated or incorrect updates. Using a function ensures that we always get the latest state. The last question we will discuss is about using the useState hook in general. Do we really need it? Can't we just store information in a regular variable? The answer? No, we can't. And there are two reasons for this. First, local variable changes won't trigger re-renders, which means that React won't notice the change, so the UI won't update. Second, when React re-renders the component, it resets local variables. They don't retain their values. So there is no option other than to use useState if we need to remember some values, and we want the UI to re-render when these values change.